students. We've been pushed away. We've been pushed away. What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Well, let me just say this about Leslie Smith. She is one of the strongest advocates for community college students and for community colleges in the state of California that I think this state has ever been blessed with. She's got a very, very forceful personality. She's very proactive with her leadership style. She's very participatory in her leadership style. And when she speaks, people listen. And that's what you need to have in a very, very strong advocate. Leslie Smith is the best person at governmental relations that I know of. And I'm very, very proud to say that she's on my staff.
And maybe next year there won't be enough money to support more students coming to community college. That's why the shirt says the missing community college students, because many of them are not going to be able to come. We're just going to cut a lot of people that couldn't afford otherwise. We're denying their rights to education.
And I was very concerned that the students that we care about in San Francisco, the immigrant, the older, the second chance student, might be prioritized out of the system. So we developed the MVP plan, Most Valuable Student. So we had the March in March, the Vigil in May, which we're planning for right now, and then the presentation in July when the budget goes to the governor. So we'll be hitting both the beginning in the March when we have a lot of students, a lot of student activity, and a lot of commitment, and then the Vigil when the governor comes back with his revision to the January proposal, and then we'll hit when the budget finally goes to the governor from the legislature. But we felt that was a fairly refined approach.
People, the legislators go in the back room and have to make those decisions. They don't hear enough from students because you turn out in disproportionately low numbers, and that means you are putting a big sign on your backs that say, "Kick me."
Last year's march and this year's march is the largest political action to hit the state capitol in over 30 years. I mean, if they don't listen to that, I don't know what else to tell them. Last year's march, we had over 10,000 people, and Mother Jones magazine rated that the second most important student uprising worldwide, above the anti-war marches.
Let me say to each and every one of you, yeah! So march on and stand up for education.
But today I stand before you with a PhD and a senator in this legislature, and my start was with a community college.
And you could go back to your books, tell them we want that money, raise enrollment and not tuition. The fact that $8,000 for a 2-year degree results in $300,000 more in lifetime earnings and more tax revenues that are invested in community colleges. Go tell these stories.
Community college advocates criticize the budget cuts and fee increases that will prevent some from getting an education.
Each statue represents about 1,500 students who didn't get in the doors.
Governor Schwarzenegger unveiled his May revised budget yesterday. He backed off some of the more drastic cuts that he'd proposed earlier this year. We leave you with pictures from an exhibit of missing student statues at San Francisco City College.
$22 per unit to pay for my classes, I won't be able to afford to go.
Community college students will be delivering these statues to lawmakers tomorrow to remind them what budget cuts can do to higher education.
Where we can make an effective case, if you want higher education, here's what it's going to cost you. I mean, people are for the first time really becoming aware that hardworking teenagers are being turned away.
You'll see that we're fighting the good fight to make sure that we continue to provide access and opportunity for all students in California. So we're fighting the fight hard so that this doesn't have to be a reality.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
These tuition increases mean that students will not attend. They will not be able to afford it. For California, that is a huge loss.
And that everyone who can benefit from post-secondary education can do so.
You know, the student is actually in the grant. Oh, I
And so we're there for them. We're fighting on their behalf. And the missing student's a whole individual. And everyone can see that these students needed to get in the door also.
Hi, I'm Mark Droman, Chancellor of the California Community Colleges. I wanted to take a minute to congratulate Leslie Smith on her receipt of the National Award for the work she's done in bringing forward the plight of our students in California with the fee increases and so forth through her Missing Student Project. When I first heard about the project several years ago, I really had a little difficulty grasping exactly what it might be and how it might turn out and how it might communicate its message. I was Chancellor in the Los Angeles Community College District at that time, and just because I thought that Leslie was so enthusiastic and the idea probably had merit, I went ahead and bought 9 of the mannequins for the district. And the project went on to represent the plight of missing students in many ways and continues to do that. So it became obvious to me then that Leslie always knew exactly what the message would be and how powerful it would be. It just, those of us that are not quite so artistic don't get it so quickly, but she got it and she delivered and she stuck with it, and she's a real hero of mine for that reason. She and Tim Kilkelly have also done some amazing work with the Student Voter Registration Project. Here again, a selfless example of two people who understand how important it is to engage our young people in America's political system and understand how we have a way through the colleges of getting that done, and being believers and being at conference after conference with no personal gain at all, but just simply the realization of an ideal and a dream. That's what heroes are made of, and I appreciate it very much, and I commend Leslie on the receipt of this award.